you guys can do your job of arresting those in this country illegally that don't have the right to be here, don't have the right for any benefits at all. That's the bottom line. They're not entitled to anything at all. They should be deported, sent back to their country of origin, wherever it's at. And it's a shame that you guys can't do your job because of laws that people that were elected by citizens of this country to do what they're doing. It's just so wrong. Something needs to be done. We need to elect better people to serve the American people. So, as you can read my sign, you guys are here to serve and protect American citizens, not illegals.
He's a reporter.
First case you mentioned from 2017, you said that you later realized that it wasn't a federal arrest warrant, correct? What was it?
It was an immigration detainer.
Okay. And under existing law, a federal arrest warrant you would hold for?
Yeah, so to clarify, an immigration detainer does not allow us to hold anybody in our custody longer than we ordinarily would have. So if they're here for, say, a misdemeanor where they would receive a citation to be released, that would be the time that they're in our custody. The exceptions are if it is a federal immigration warrant signed by a federal judge, or if they have the other previous convictions for violent offenses. There's a list of enumerated exceptions to holding them beyond the normal time.
To follow up on that, what kind of timeline would it take to get all these signatures in place if you found someone that fell into these parameters?
The signature of a federal
signature
warrant,
of a federal judge.
that would be on file before they come into our custody. We don't go
Oh,
seeking
got
a
it.
federal warrant. That would be something that the immigration judicial system has issued a federal judicial warrant for that person. They put it into that federal system. When we arrest them, when we fingerprint them, we'll get an alert.
Would pop up.
There's that federal warrant.
It would pop up.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Okay. I have a question. I feel like this does fall into it. What is the relationship of the city police department with the sheriff? Because that was brought up that we're dealing with two agencies, but within the same county, essentially. Is there any relationship with the sheriff's department at all? Do they assist or you assist them when it comes to certain crime issues? I'm curious about that.
I mean, we certainly consider the LA County Sheriff's Department an allied agency, and I would
Okay.
hope that they consider us the same. We're small, so we're probably not real big on their radar, excuse me. But if there's anybody that we contact who has a warrant that's held by LA County, we'll contact LA County and we'll
Okay.
assist them in taking custody of that prisoner, and vice versa. They've done the same thing for us. So, and we certainly rely heavily on LA County sheriffs for other things such as the crime lab. We don't have our own crime lab.
Oh,
We
okay.
contract with LA County. So we work with LA County sheriffs very frequently.
Okay.
Does that answer?
It does, and just to extend, because it brings to mind, does the sheriff have any kind of administrative relationship with the city? Like they issue a policy that you have to comply with or anything like that? Or it's just a purely ally relationship?
It's just an allied, and all of their policies and procedures we're not bound by.
Okay.
We operate as an independent city and police department.
Got it.
I have to excuse myself. He knows a lot about this whole program, as you can see. Lieutenant Phillips has been overseeing it. He's in charge of our administrative side of the house, which includes our jail, and so that's why he's leading this discussion. I'm really pleased that you have come out to talk with us about this. I want you to know that we hear you. I want you to know that our primary mission is the safety of the community members, right? When I say community members, right or wrong, that includes everybody who's inside our community. So
Even people here legally.
so I want to make sure.
Where do they derive their rights
So
from?
I want to make sure that everybody is safe, and that's the direction that we've given all our police officers, right? And so with that said, I'll tell you that I am very proud of the work that our officers do, that our professional staff does. They're very thoughtful about the way that we do things and the way that we process and abide by the laws that are out there. And we will continue to do that as we move forward. And I'll tell you, I appreciate your thoughts. You've certainly given me pause to reconsider and maybe explore the
Yes.
possibility of putting the arrestees' information information out there.
Yes,
Yes.
do it, please.
So,
If you do it, then it'll pressure Torrance to do it.
Let me say this. So I'm not telling you that I'm going to do it. I'm telling you that I'm hearing you guys, and that's part of this whole public process, right? Is to
Okay.
understand what people are thinking and what they want. So it's something we'll look at. And again, it's not a promise, but let me look at it, and it'll be considered. And I'll just tell you, please don't shoot the messenger, whether it's him, whether it's the person who's working the front desk at our police department. You know, we're bound by what the voters, so there's another things the voters have voted for.
I didn't vote for SB
Well,
54.
I got you, but there's other things.
No. I'm sorry, that I have to correct that.
Okay.
I did, yeah, legislators voted for this.
Thank you, can I just finish? There's other things that the voters have voted for that maybe the police department isn't informed of, yet we abide by those things. So I just want you to know that it's a delicate balance that our department and other departments have to treat, okay? With that said, I'm gonna leave you with a much smarter young man here than me. I appreciate you guys coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Questions?
Is there any way we can access information about release dates and whatnot and actually contact ICE ourselves, just as an average citizen? That way, he won't have to worry about us spending
can't,
money or angering the wrong people, so he can't further
Yeah.
his political career.
I would have to look into that. Some of the challenges would be if you're making an inquiry as to somebody we have in our custody, those folks, whether they're here illegally or not, they have rights, they have, their personnel and private and confidential information we can't release. Of course, some of that, the charges, the name of the person, that's public information. Now, can we provide that real time as it happens? That would be a big challenge because our jail staff, they are busy with the booking of the individual, preparing them for court if they have to, preparing meals, all the other stuff. So to do that real time would be a challenge. And then
Just a line item on a
whether or
computer.
not we can contact ICE with that information, I don't know if that was the way of circumventing the Values Act. So we would have to explore that.
Were you privy to any discussions on the cost of supplying the release dates? Do you have any idea how much?
No,
it might
we
be
really,
in man-hours
we
or
really
something?
haven't researched that. It was a matter of, as the chief mentioned, we have limited staff and, at times to work all of our police service officer position, we might have one person there. And they have to manage everything in the jail and the records department, the front desk, and anybody that comes in to ask about a vehicle that was towed the day before. So to have them do live real-time updates, we looked at the language of the Values Act and considered what kind of impact that would be on staff time, and just from there kind of discussed and said, this isn't going to work for us the way we're set up now.
So you were forced through financial means to not do that? I mean, basically.
I believe that's a fair statement, and as I think some of you have alluded, it's clear that our procedure and our practice in 2017 dramatically changed early in 2018 as a result of the Values Act.
100% change.
So to be able to do that, to do it real time, and I think you had a question about, we'll just set up a computer program, and my thought there is, it's ever changing. We might have somebody in custody, and as of right now, today, what's today, Thursday? So let's say the person is arrested this evening, and they're expected to go to court on Monday morning. Well, somewhere between now and Monday morning, they would arrange bail or bond. Would it be tonight at 8 p.m.? Would it be tomorrow at 12 noon? We don't know. And then again, we're talking about real-time updates, so it's not just putting it into a computer program, because what the prisoner decides to do is going to change that, and now that would require somebody to update that program. So you raise a good question. We haven't explored it. We haven't explored it deeply. We've discussed it.
LA County.
Well, the LA County system, if
Look
I'm not
into their
mistaken,
system.
is they put somebody in there with their arraignment date. Okay, so that's their arraignment date, or when they're expected to do their next court appearance. But in that time, if they were to arrange bail or bond, and I can tell you from my experience, that information from LA County might be 6-8 hours after the fact. So,
Claim it's not.
okay. So you all raised very, very valuable perspectives, and like I said earlier, the purpose of today is to receive and consider this public comment. Thank you for that. I will certainly talk to our chief as the administrative lieutenant. That's one of my functions, is to make these adjustments to the laws and to the community as they come up.
I gotta get one more question.
Yes, sir, absolutely. I have more time, so please.
Would we be able to get a breakdown of expenditures and intake and expenditures and outlays, so we would be privy to distribution of the funds you get to come back and heckle you again if we would determine that maybe we could not do this in your department, but spend that money on the reporting out.
So as far as operating costs?
Right.
So that would be something out of our budget. You know, we don't necessarily do a breakdown on expenditures based on task.
Right.
So, you know, how many hours were spent on booking, how many hours were spent on preparing meals, that's not something we break down. So, again, to create that analysis would be more work.
Right.
But, you know, we can certainly try to give you what our expenditure reports are and what everything goes from.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
We want you to be chief, that's all I can tell you. That man seems to be politically motivated, he's searching for a higher
Well,
position.
and I would, you know, I certainly appreciate, it seems like the room here has a very unified position on this issue. And you can ask 10 different officers and you might get 5 or 6 different opinions on how they feel about it.
Yeah.
As a law enforcement agency, and I know the chief will agree with me on this,
Could we ask your officer what he feels about all this?
you
Just
can
as
ask.
an officer in the street.
I'm not an officer. I work in the jail.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
How do you feel about not reporting previously deported illegal criminals to ICE? I mean, I'm sure you have a family. I mean, you would like to get rid of many bad guys as possible. I mean,
Just as the chief stated, I'd like for everyone to be safe.
yeah. Well, we actually want everyone to be safe too, that's why we're here. And we've just seen too many horrendous stories of these previously detained illegal aliens. Already they've come into our country with the intent of breaking the law, like they don't give a crap about us, they don't want to come here to be an American, and then they get caught up in the legal system due to their lawless lifestyle, and we can't eject them for the country.
They're committing crimes on our soil and being released.
Yeah, and then you ask the questions, and we're worried about their rights. I just don't understand where they derive their rights from. I mean, I was a freeborn citizen. I'm privy to all these rights. And the 14th Amendment gave these rights to African Americans that were slaves, so their children could have full citizenship. But to just stagger across the border or else sign a document, promising to follow our laws, and then reneging on it, it seems like they're not deserving of any rights, but then they actually get added rights and more set-asides, more so than myself. We don't understand. That's why we're asking these questions.
I think most every police officer, most every law enforcement professional would agree that everybody should be held accountable for
Thank you.
any violation of the law, and there should be,
Yeah.
there shouldn't be double or triple standards to that. So we have laws in California which contradict federal laws.
Yes.
We are a California police agency, so we have to comply with California law.
I'm safe here if I have 2020 Trump hat on. Am I safe?
Right now you are, sir, yes.
Hey, go Trump.
Just watch them driving down the parking lot, that's all I'm saying.
Right. And so do you, if I filed a FOIA, I'd be able to find out what crimes they committed, or can you tell me what these 5 did? Or is it in here, I missed it?
I don't have that readily available. If you were to do a...
I'll just do a FOIA.
We can provide that.
Sure, I'll make it easy. I'll just go from this. Okay, I'm kind of curious now.
So I got a question. Before SB 54 was implemented,
guys cooperating with ICE?
Yes, sir, and let me make a comment that I started to make, and we went off into something else. It is our police department's position, and I know that the chief will agree with me on this because we've had this discussion. We will cooperate with every law enforcement agency to the extent the law allows. Whether it's federal, state, municipal, if the FBI were to call me tomorrow, if Manhattan Beach PD or Redondo Beach PD were to call me tomorrow and say, hey, I'm investigating this crime, I have a suspect, I think he's in your city, will you help us? Yes, we will. That's no different for federal immigration enforcement. We will cooperate with them to the extent the law allows. These laws limit the extent in which we can cooperate with them. Does that answer your question? So yes, our position is to try to cooperate.
Was there any reason the meeting was slated during regular business hours rather than the evening so more citizens could attend, or
Just trying to find a time that's convenient, I guess. And
this is just, you just have to do it because of the 5 people who were arrested.
because of the Truth Act, correct.
You'd rather be doing something else, I assume. Arresting bad guys and.
Sure. Yes.
All right. We wish you luck. It seems like a real nice place. Seems like you're doing a great job here.
So I walked in a little bit late. When the Truth Act, came through, what is the connection between the public notification, the public meetings, and then the actions you're allowed?
The Truth Act states that if you give ICE access to anybody in law enforcement custody, whether it's a detention, arrest, somebody who's actually in our jail, if we give ICE access to that person, by law, we have to report on that in a community forum the following year. So what we're really reporting on is 2017 data, or just a little late.
And the intent of that is to mitigate
Okay.
what on behalf of the person being detained or in favor of the public knowing?
Well,
There's gotta
I
be
don't know if I
some-
can say what the legislative intent is.
Yeah,
I'm not in Sacramento. I could share, maybe there's 2 perspectives, is we're being transparent to those who support the Truth Act and showing, hey, this is exactly what we did. We're not hiding anything. This is who we gave ICE access to. And the other side is, and this is written in the language of that law, is to receive and consider public comment. So if there's, obviously, I think this group is very much against SB 54 and the Truth Act, but I'm
Yes.
sure there's a number of other folks who are very much in favor, and they might have comments for us about, why did you give access to ICE access to that prisoner? You shouldn't have done that. That would be the other side of this discussion.
Don't you find it interesting that they want our feedback, but the people who wrote the law don't? That's why I took real offense. People voted for this. No, we didn't. There was massive opposition, actually, per a lot of studies. From what or how about at least your feedback? Oh my God, they barely even asked a lot of law enforcement. My understanding was, or did they? That brings up. Did
Not in my
anybody?
mind.
Or here in the city of Hermosa Beach, did
I'm not a
anybody?
police chief, and I don't go to those, county and state meetings for legislative reviews and considerations, but not at my level.
Well, how about if I ask you this?
How about
you have
that?
that breakdown of the ICE detainers in 2017. How many arrests do you have, and how many arrests did you have overall last year? I mean, you only had 5 people that were deemed anywhere near an ICE detention.
I would have to compile that off the top of my head. We do about,
I mean, your crime stats are pretty low.
right, we do about 2,000 to 2,500, we'll say crime/arrest reports. That includes incident reports, missing backpacks. We do about 22 to 2,500 a year. Of those, I would guess maybe about a third is arrests.
Oh, wow.
So 800 off the top of my head. Maybe that's.
Well, that's comforting to know your crime level is so low.
Now we're fortunate in Hermosa Beach, and we have a great community and great police officers, and I think we deter a lot of it, but we're not immune to it.
We just hate to pick up the paper and read about you know, like this Bambi Larson lady, 59 years old, some maniac breaks into her home and rapes and kills her. But that guy had 10 arrests.
Nine ICE detainers, 3 in LA County. 67.
Holy shit.
You know, it's like
None of them honored.
someone that outrageously dangerous
9.
wasn't caught up in the system. It just,
Nope, protected.
it just seems outrageous to us. And even my friend has this shirt, DeAndre Mitchell. I mean, he actually went into a burning building to save other Americans, and he died in the process. But the maniac that started the fire was previously deported illegal alien that should have been caught up in the system. And you know, that's our concern. I mean, we wish everyone to be well and prosper, but I mean, if you're here illegal and you're breaking the law, come on, get the heck out. So that's why the frustration and multitude of questions. We just don't.
Yeah, and that's why I don't give a lot of quarter to the police chief, myself, you know.
Just put the
Like, why,
release
who's
date.
he pandering? Who's he pandering to? We don't get it.
I think that's something to start, you have to talk to the city council to start making this an issue. That's all there is to it. They serve at the pleasure of the council.
All right, folks, thank you.
Thank you.
If anyone has any other questions, I think I gave a handful of folks my business card, so please feel free to call.
That's great.
Thank you. Good luck.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.